Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do my go-to base routine with you guys for when I want a flawless base that's actually going to last. I always want to sit on my foot, but then it's just not comfortable. Oh, you guys will see in the video before this, I changed my background for fall. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. So far all I've done is washed my face, did my serums, and moisturized, because you definitely want a good prepped base to go in with makeup. Now to hold my makeup on, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Just do about 2 squirts of this guy. It is very tacky, so I warm it up with my hands and try to massage it in decently quick. I make sure to try to get my nose really well, because if I don't, then the product kind of just slides right off of it. You see the tackiness? This guy helps a lot. The foundation that I've been going to the most is this Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. It's oil-free, has an SPF of 30. I use the shade, I think it's 150 Lace. Looks like this. I just pump it on the back of my hand, or you can do a little petri dish or whatever you feel comfortable with. I do about 2 pumps maybe, and then I start just splotching it all over my face. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to get it on my face decently, evenly distributed between the 2 sides. And then I go in with my sponge. I'm a sponge gal. I don't really like using brushes on my foundation, but whatever you like, definitely shoot for that. I'm using one of the little paw paw brushes. You can buy a whole pack of them on Amazon, or you can go through Shop Miss A. Look at that. I should have done it half and half, because it's freaking stunning. It's very skin-like still, but it does a good job at evening everything out. There was once a day that I would pray for you. This foundation is very very lightweight. Doesn't feel like you're wearing 10 pounds of foundation, if you know what I mean. And it's a perfect match, damn near, for my skin. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. This foundation is a little pricey, but right now, or I think right now, Sephora's having their sale. So you can definitely get it on sale depending on what rank you are. It depends on what rank you are on how much you get off, if that makes sense. I think I'm only a VIB. Yeah, I think it's called VIB. So I only get 15% off right now. If you're the next level higher, then you can get 20% off. If you're the level below me, then you get 10% off. Look at that. It's just so freaking pretty on the skin. I love, 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 love that foundation. My go-to bronzer / contour, I've been going back and forth between using the Makeup Forever face palette or the Shein, I think it's Liquid Contour in Golden Sun. I'm just going to use this today to kind of balance out the price tag, because this guy's a little pricey. I just do a couple of dots, quite a few dots, back there. Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good. I just kind of go through and put it everywhere I normally do. My contouring or bronzing, I don't normally contour my nose that much, really. Just because I don't know, I never feel like it. But for today, we'll do so. You look great. I like you. I can't wait. I actually contour my lips too. So on each side of my lines for my Cupid's bow, I do a line down, and then I bring it down like that, and then I do in between the lines, and then Of course, the jawline. It looks crazy, but definitely trust the process. I just use my sponge for this as well. I just stamp over it to help blend it all in, make it not look so crazy. I like to do my contour bronzer, whatever you want to call this step, before I do my concealer, so that way if I go too ham with this step, then I can always clean it up with my concealer. I really like this bronzer, contour, whatever, I'm just going to call it bronzer, from Shein because it's super easy to blend out. I almost like don't even have to think about it, which on days where I really want to get ready in a rush is lovely. I can just go in, rush, and do it all, and it looks great. Okay, so my go-to concealer, I bounce back and forth between the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer and the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, I think is what it's called. I guess it just depends on your personal preference. Today I am going to use the Hourglass. Okay, so those are all the spots that I placed my concealer. Again, this placement definitely depends on your personal preference and your face shape, so definitely take that into consideration. Tried a couple different ways that you see people do theirs, especially if you think their face shape kind of resembles yours. Definitely try the way that they do it, see if it works for you. But again, just using my sponge. In my under eye, I try to do this bottom half first and then work my way up towards the inner corner. So that way I can try to keep as much coverage on the inner corner as possible because that's where I need it the most, in my personal opinion. And I bring it straight out like this to like bring my eye up. And I'm bringing this concealer like butting up against where I put that like contour product just to help emphasize what we already put down. When I put powder over it, it won't look quite as harsh as it is right now. This concealer is pricey as well, but I definitely think it's worth it. It is perfect timing to try it out because of the Sephora sale. Get close up so you can see. For blush, I normally go towards either the SheGlam liquid blush or this guy right here, the Profusion liquid blush. I'm going with the SheGlam today because it's more of like a pink tone, and this one's like orangey, if that makes any sense. Just gonna place up here. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets. And I like to place blush on my forehead as well, and obviously the tip of my nose. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good. Now is when I would start setting my under eyes. I actually, let me see if I can get to it, because you guys probably already can guess it, but my desk is an absolute freaking mess. For my powder that I use to set my whole face, actually, for the most part, I mixed together the Ben Nye Pretty Pink translucent powder and the Dragon Beauty powder in translucent. And it kind of just makes like this soft pink under eye powder because quite frankly this is like way too dark for me to just use on its own. So I mix the two. Probably about like you could say like a half and half ratio. Now fair warning, if you do get the Dragon Beauty face powder, it is very scented. So if you are sensitive to smells, definitely don't go for that one. And I just mix it together in this lid. I'm gonna grab me a clean puff because I finally have some clean. These are the little velour puffs that you can get off of Amazon. Super cheap. Now I always like look at my under eye and try my best to get out any creasing. I dip my puff in the powder and then I like pounce it in my hand just to make sure that it's like evenly distributed. And then I press it in on my under eye. Can you see the powder? Super nice. I like them mixed together. Even like the finish it gives. I would like to try the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom powder that everybody and their brother talks about right now. But from what I've heard from Painted by Spencer, this Ben Nye pink powder is pretty much the same thing. I do actually set my entire face like this. It is very time consuming, just so you're aware, but it's what helps me hold my whole face together. My nose creases are really bad for creasing, so I try to like extra set those areas, especially this side where I have that scar under my nose. Definitely make sure to set your neck if you brought your foundation down your neck. Also, tip for my girlies who their nose immediately decides to start running after they put on makeup. It's gonna sound gross, so don't judge me, but bring along a sponge of some sort. This one's actually dirty, but a sponge of some sort with you, and just kind of like stick it in your nose. My nose isn't running right now, but this is like an example. Just like stick it in your nose and just hold it for a second, and then it'll stop. I know it's gross, but one could say that that's just my toxic trait, that I would much rather shove a sponge in my nose to stop it from leaking than mess up my makeup. You guys know we spend a lot of time and effort on our makeup. I don't really want that to go anywhere. Now I go around and I feel my whole face. I think I got everything. Yep, that feels pretty good. Now is where you can judge whether or not, if you need more blush, if you need more bronzer, whatever highlight you want to use. If it's a powder highlight, you could go in with it now. I think blush wise we're okay. My contour still looks fine, so I'm not too worried about that. I think we did pretty good this time actually with applying enough product. So now is where I would go in with some form of setting spray. For right now, I'm going to use the Jaclyn X Robin setting spray. This does have a decently heavy fragrance to it, nowhere near as bad as the Dragun Beauty powder or her setting spray, because I had her setting spray at 1.2. It felt like I was drowning. But I'm gonna use this one, shake it pretty good. And I like to soak my face pretty much. Now this is another step that might seem extreme to some, but to dry my face, I do take my hairdryer on the cool setting, the lowest fan, and I just dry my face. Trying to think. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with highlight. The highlight that I've been using is from the Makeup Forever skin palette, like face palette. It's this guy down here, and I just take it with my finger and warm it up. Like my finger's warm at all. It's really not actually. And then I just kind of like tap it where I want it. And because it is a creamy formula that dries down, I feel like I'm shouting. I'm sorry. I still can't hear. Because it is a creamy formula that does dry down, it's super nice and easy to work with. And I'm just tapping like I do with everything else. I tap because I don't want to disturb my base. One more thing that I do for my base routine, which I know not everybody is going to do or like, is I like to emphasize my beauty marks. So I take a brown eyeliner. This is the tattoo liner from KVD. And I just go in because I have this nice big one right here. And then I have two right here and one more right there. It does come out like very dark at first, and then I like tap over it with a sponge. That is all for my base. I'm going to hop off camera and do something to my eyes and my lips, and I'll be right back. Okay. So I just blow dried my hair, so ignore the like frizziness of it. But yeah, this is the finished look. I did my makeup like this because it's Halloween and I'm going to be Meg from Hercules and Toby's going to be Hercules. But anyways, this is my base. I hope you guys can see. Let me unbang myself. But yeah, this has been my go-to base for a while now, especially if I just want to slather on whatever I know is going to be reliable. I highly recommend every product that I used. If you are wondering what I used on my eyes, I used the Michaela X Glam Light, the first one. And then on my lips I have the Maybelline lipstick in Plum Perfect. And yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on the bell so that way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And thank you guys so very much for watching. Bye!